Hey everyone, it's Friday, November 20th, 2020. Welcome to episode 41 of the Ginger and the Beard podcast. I'm AJ, aka The Ginger.
And I'm Reese, aka The Beard.
And on this week's show, we'll be drinking and reviewing craft beers from Highwire Brewing and Lancaster Brewing Company, discussing Jon Jones's bulked up physique ahead of a potential heavyweight move, and Zoom's plan to make group calls free for Thanksgiving.
We'll also be talking about a new XR headset reveal, boasting a 120-degree field of view, also a VR game giveaway for your Quest 2 purchase, and HBO is partnering with Sony Pictures Television to produce The Last of Us TV series.
But before we get started, I want to remind you to subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Spotify, and if you really want to help us grow, share our show with a friend. We truly appreciate your support.
Yes, and make sure to check out the YouTube chapters or the timestamps in the description if you'd like to just go ahead and skip around to your favorite topics. All right, man, we have a lot to cover, so let's get into this. How was your week, sir?
It was good. I can't believe it's Friday already. This week went by so fast. Started out super cold, got pretty warm. Today was so nice outside. But the family and I have gotten kind of festive and started to decorate the house a little bit. We pulled down all the Christmas decorations this past weekend. That's always a fun task. But the kids were excited to get the decorations up. And I got to admit, I don't hate it. You can see here, Shayna set me up in the background.
Looking
with
good.
This flashy Christmas tree lighting up the room. If you guys aren't watching the YouTube video, I recommend you check that out. And also check out the YouTube video because I got a special package in the mail today from our friends over at GamerAdvantage.com. Shout out Brian Reedy, founder, for joining us. He joined us earlier this week. Or sorry, that was last week. Man, time flies.
Yep.
To talk to us about his blue light glasses. And I was so compelled, I went out and purchased a pair of my own. So let's go ahead and give a blue light glasses reveal. So I'm going to go duck out real quick. I'll be right back.
Oh,
bam! Man, check these bad boys out.
Who are you? You're not the Ginger.
That's the Ginger, except for he looks way smarter.
My God.
He looks very intelligent.
IQ just went up 30 points.
Yeah, so if you're not watching the YouTube video, got some cool black frames. The lenses look a little like shaded at the YouTube, like through the video feed. They're not quite as dramatically shaded in like real life, or tinted, I guess I should say. But yeah, man, I've been wearing these for, I don't know, 6-7 hours today, on and off, and trying to kind of acclimate my eyeballs to them. And we were just talking before the show. Obviously, you've got some experience with glasses, and you're telling me how, yeah, there is kind of an adjustment period when you first put on a new pair of glasses. So like, I'm excited to see how it works, you know, how it helps, especially tonight, because we'll be up playing video games super late. And I always have some issues getting to sleep after that. But yeah, I highly recommend you guys go and check out episode 37 after you listen to this episode and hear Brian Reedy walk us through the benefits of using a blue light lens, and the, you know, kind of key differences between what his team has done with these glasses compared to what you might find your grandpa's blue blockers that he uses for fishing. Completely different. And it can help you get extra sleep and or just better sleep in general, which, you know, has all kinds of health benefits, you know, that come along with that. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna wear these for the rest of the episode and just continue to acclimate. But yeah, I'm pretty impressed, man. Like the tent, you know, like he said in the episode, if you like really pay attention and you're like pulling them up and down in your eyes, you can see like a little tiny difference in color. But otherwise, for the most part, they're basically clear. So anyways, it's been a good week, man. How about you? How was your week?
It's been good. So one thing I want to say, what color is the screens that, like your screens in front of you aren't just like blue screens, are they?
Blue screens?
Yeah, like just blue, all blue, right?
No, they're definitely not.
Like you're not getting the blue screen of death right now, right?
No, why? Does my glasses look like it?
Yeah, like if you look in if you're watching the YouTube video, or just if you can see it, it just looks like it's reflecting your screens, but it just makes it look like your screens are all blue. So I mean,
is that because it's blocking the blue?
I think so. I think that's what's happening here.
Snap,
they're
son.
blocking it. They're blocking the blue. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. My week was good. Trying to think of what, if anything, happened this week. I don't think anything crazy really happened this week. We didn't work on the fireplace at all. We just we designed the plans for the cabinets. So we're going to go buy that stuff tomorrow and put the cabinets together. And we'll be one step closer to getting it finished, which I think will be really nice. Besides that, we had an interview this week. Actually, a couple of days ago, it was Tuesday. We had an interview with Epiphany Craft Malt and the beer meister there, the maltster, and founder as well. His name's Sebastian, and wow, was he cool. He's actually the bald, what did he call himself, the bald guy?
He said the no hair.
He's the no hair. We got the ginger, we got the beard, and we got the no hair. Anyway,
right,
guys, it was a really eye-opening episode 40, and I gotta tell you, I learned so much about malt, things that I didn't know before, and just kind of getting that like behind the scenes kind of idea of what goes into making malt, sprouting the grains. There's all kinds of different grains that you can use, and then the process of sprouting them and letting them kind of steep, I guess, in water, and then you have to kind of I'm kind of butchering this, but I tell you, it was really awesome. You put it through a kiln, and the kilning process, there's multiple different kilning types of processes, and each one gives you a different kind of end result with your malt. Really, really fascinating stuff. And I love stouts. I love dark beers. And now I know how they're made and how the flavors are made. That was one of the most important things. So guys, if you want to know how that chocolatey or toffee or coffee taste gets into your malt beer, gets into your stouts, it doesn't even have to be a stout, gets into your German Marzens or Fest beers, go head on over there, check out the episode 40. It's on YouTube, it's on your favorite podcast player, Epiphany Craft Malt. Make sure to go check their website out as well, epiphanycraftmalt.com. All right. That was a lot. I feel like that was a great intro. We had a great week behind us. I think it's time for us to go ahead and start drinking some beer, man. You want to?
Yes, absolutely. Let's do that. All right. Well, I have to now say thank you to the voters, because we actually did get a poll up this week, or I should say I actually got a poll up this week. Congratulations, pat myself on the back.
Nice.
We got some pictures up there. So shout out to the voters for putting in that work and letting us know what you guys want to see us drink this week. So for me, I've got something that's been in my fridge for a little while, actually. This is another beer, another pickup from the Asheville trip. This is a Highwire Brewing Tangerine Hibiscus Sour Smoothie Ale. Whew. That's a mouthful.
Nice.
It's a tart wheat ale with tangerine, orange, hibiscus, vanilla, and lactose. It's part of their sour smoothie series. That's actually supposed to be like a end of summer sort of beer. But here we are in towards the end of November, and I'm just getting around to drinking it. But that's okay. I'm excited about it. It's very
reminiscing
colorful.
on the summer months.
Yeah, it's very colorful. I'm pretty excited about it. I read a little bit more about it. It was brewed with over 100 pounds of tangerine, orange, and hibiscus per barrel. So that's quite the ratio there. Let's go ahead and crack this bad boy open. Quite fruity already. I don't know why I can't open these cans. It's like sometimes these little tabs don't really push the thing in all the way, and I'm afraid to slice my finger open.
Ooh,
but
don't do that.
It screws the pour up when it doesn't open all the way. Here we go.
I wonder if it's going to be clear or if it's like unfiltered. If there's going to be like any sediment kind of sitting in there. Looks, oh, it's clear.
Yeah, I was actually surprised to see that. Usually when you think smoothie anything, and especially brewed with that much fruit and additives or whatever, you definitely would expect some sediment, some particulate matter in there, but nothing to see so far, unless it's all settled down there at the bottom of the can, which is quite possible. Yeah. You can see that head dissipated pretty much instantly.
Right.
Go ahead and give this a sniff here. I was expecting, honestly, a little bit stronger on the nose, but it's very subtle, fruity, kind of citrusy.
What kind of color is that?
Aromas.
There? That's like an amber.
I would describe it as like a. No, I think the video feed is just kind of, maybe my camera is just giving it a sort of tint to it, but it's a pretty peachy sort of pale pink. I think peach is a pretty good way to describe it.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely I can see in the video right now it looks amber, but it's not in real life.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean on the nose, very light on the nose, not overpowering with sourness. I pick up a little bit on the sweetness, from the vanilla and the lactose. And so I'm gonna go ahead and give this a sip. It's very light. It's only 5.5% ABV. This is definitely a perfect summer beer. I wish I was sitting outside in like some 85, 90 degree sunlight right now, because this is delicious for an outdoor drinker. Very easy to drink. Very light bodied. Again, I was a little bit shocked about that. Smoothie, anything smoothie. Every time I hear that, I think about a thicker body. But I mean, it's got a nice mouthfeel. It's just really light. Not as creamy as I was expecting it to be, but definitely a little bit of sweetness from that lactose. And if you guys don't know, lactose obviously is the sugar from milk. So it's the sugar that's found in milk. But the interesting thing about it, and as we kind of have been learning about, is that brewing yeast can only break down certain types of enzymes and sugars. And lactose is not one of those. So when a brewer adds lactose to a beer, it's essentially adding sweetness to it that the yeast can't ferment. So it does not turn that sugar into alcohol. Instead, it stays around and keeps the beer sweet. So that's what we're getting here. But honestly, I mean, it could be I don't know, these sours that have fruit in them, they age differently. You can only keep them for so long. So I'm wondering if maybe the fact that it sat a little while in my refrigerator, it maybe lost a little bit of its bite, but it's not quite as sour as I was expecting it to be.
So like a lightly soured, I guess.
Yeah, that second sip there, it's basically the same thing. Not a lot of sourness. I mean, they do describe it as being pretty well balanced with the sweetness. So, I think this is a pretty good transition if you're not somebody who likes the super sour beers. I'm going to go and swirl this can around a second, see if we can kick up any sediment in there.
Because I feel like, usually when they call them sour, if they just call them sour, then they're not really ever sour. But if they call them like a farmhouse ale,
then you're really going to get something.
Yeah. And then Gosa, if they call it a Gosa, that's kind of like a completely different beer because it's more salty, I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I swirled the can, still nothing. So clearly they filtered out all the remnants of that fruit.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I mean, really good. Again, I kind of wish I was sitting outside basking in the sun. Pale body exposed, shimmering and shining. You can't stare at me directly or else your retinas will disintegrate.
7 layers of sunscreen.
But yeah, I mean, Highwire, I've enjoyed every beer that I've had with them so far, and this is definitely another one to add to the list. I don't know if it'll be around again next year, but I'll be looking out for some more of their sour smoothie series next year. I'm sure they'll probably bring that back. So cheers to you, Highwire. What about you, man? What did the voters give you this week?
Well, we're going to definitely contrast what you just drank. This is basically the very opposite of the spectrum there. We have a double milk chocolate stout by Lancaster Brewing Company. I've had Lancaster before, and some of them are good. Some of them are, I wouldn't say bad, but, maybe lacking a little bit. None of them have really like knocked my socks off, but let's see if this one does. So let's read the website. I feel like Lancaster is like kind of, I want to go there at some point. Where's it at? Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I don't think it's that far from me. I could probably make a trip out there. I'm just wondering what the experience would be like, with, draft basically. So
yeah.
Because I don't think I've ever had their draft beer. But this one's got really good ratings. So pretty excited about it. Their website says, don't miss out on the intense roasted malts, silky smooth mouthfeel, subtle sweetness, and velvety chocolate goodness of our 2 times chocolate milk stout. We went over the top with more malt. Yeah, the infusion of cacao nibs and pure chocolate for a truly otherworldly chocolate stout experience.
Man, I just got excited hearing you talk about that.
Start reading stuff like that all
You
the
should
time.
do voiceover works.
Just for introducing beers. I gotta say I'm pretty excited. So let's go ahead and pour this out. Definitely black. I wouldn't say. I mean, it certainly looks opaque, but oh, now it's certainly black right now. I could see through it a little bit when I was pouring it out at first. Very little head on that. Fairly uniform bubbles. Certainly no significantly big bubbles, but that head is going away pretty quick. So yeah, there it goes. Cheers.
Oh yeah,
I'd
delicious.
say the head is like a tan color. Almost looks like a foamy coffee topping to it. So yeah, let's go ahead and give it a sniff. Slight chocolate, just very, very, very small chocolate. More, I'm just getting a lot of sweetness on that. Almost like a little bit of toffee, but definitely the first sniff was just like a light chocolatey sniff, but it was very sweet. So let's go ahead and taste it. Wow, I was thirsty.
That was a big gulp ski.
Yeah, that was yeah, I started sipping and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take a gulp of this because I'm thirsty. So that was good. I didn't really get chocolate on that. I'm still working on my taste buds and everything, but I didn't really get any chocolate on that. I definitely got the a little bit of sweetness. I'm actually getting a little bit of bitterness now. It did say that it was 33 IBUs, which is typically higher on the spectrum for me. I really don't like above 15 IBUs, so that's good. And so actually I kind of like that because usually when I drink 33, IBUs or more, like it kind of hits me up front. That one kind of like eased me in, so I appreciate that. This is 6.8% ABV, by the way, so certainly a little bit higher than normal, but not enough to knock your socks off. Yeah, I'd say that it was almost, I got like more of like a roasted kind of feeling to it. I didn't really pick up on chocolate or like toffee or coffee, which you would typically associate with these. So I think the double chocolate is misleading. For me, at least, some other taste buds might be able to pick it up. It certainly smelled like chocolate when I first smelled it. But to me, it's tasting more roasted, kind of like a roasty flavor to it. Yeah.
And we learned from Sebastian earlier this week that the roastedness is kind of what lends itself to that chocolatiness. So that's interesting.
Yeah. But I know I've distinctly picked up on chocolatey beers before, and like good quality ones too. Not like I added a bunch of syrup kind of to it. So yeah, the smell definitely gave it to me. The taste, not so much, but definitely the roastedness. So I'm definitely picking up on the roasted malts there. I'd say that it's got a fairly moderate body to it. I've had some other stouts that really kind of like coat your mouth, and this one not so much. Although I do have some, the malt is kind of like sticking there. The roasted malt is definitely sticking there. So overall, what I would say for this beer is certainly not like top of the line best quality that I've ever had, but still enjoyable. I think the price is right for a beer like this. I think if you were going for something, when you read double chocolate milk stout on a can, you might be like going for something, right? Where you're trying to kind of knock your socks off a little bit. So this might be a little bit misleading. I do have the just plain old milk stout downstairs as well. So I'm now I feel like I'm obligated to try that out and see what the difference is. So yeah, overall, I'd say it's worth a shot. I'd buy it again. I think it's an easy one to enjoy. And like I said, the price is right. So cheers.
Nice. Cheers, sir. You know what we stopped doing? We don't do beer pictures anymore.
Yeah, we did stop doing the beer pictures, but we don't
Oh
really
well.
do any of that on YouTube anymore. But if you guys
Yeah.
start watching YouTube, and you start picking up those YouTube videos, and we start seeing you switch over to YouTube and watch us and like and subscribe and comment, then we'll start showing pictures. We'll start doing a lot more on YouTube. So just throwing
Yeah.
that out there.
I mean, like where we used to hold our cans up, we're like, cheese.
Oh yeah, you want to do that? Let's do it.
I should do that.
Let's do it, man. I totally forgot.
This makes great radio. Hold on, I gotta get
Oh, wait.
my angle right here. Do 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 do. All right. Perfect.
There it is.
Graham worthy. All
There
right,
it
sorry
is.
about that, audio listeners.
Man,
Yeah,
when was
man,
the
that
last
thing
time we
looks-
did that? Jeez.
It's been a couple months probably.
Good call.
But yeah, that memory sometimes works.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that looks pretty delicious, dude. I noticed yours has lactose in it too. Pretty cool. I like, now that we know more about beer and like understand the why behind these things. It's pretty cool. But yeah, so I've got myself a fruity beer. You got something a little on the heavier side. And speaking of people and things on the heavier side, we got some interesting UFC news to talk about, my friend.
All right. I'm sure we do. I know I saw some headlines. You going to tell us what they were?
Yeah, so John Jones, we mention his name pretty much every week. People, we speculated on his move to heavyweight. He kind of teased it. It was up in the air, back and forth. Don't know what's happening. Maybe he's going to fight Stipe. Maybe he's going to fight Izzy. Who knows what he's going to do? But now we've got some pretty concrete evidence that he's definitely moving up to heavyweight. Some pictures came out today. Never before have I been so interested in headlines about men's pictures of their physiques. But when I saw that John Jones has gone up to 240 pounds from where he used to fight at 205, or I guess weigh in at 205, I was quite intrigued, so he's beefed up a lot. He's jacked. If you've seen these pictures, man, he's huge. And it looks like he wears it pretty well. Like he looks like he's still pretty agile and things like that. I guess they do all this stuff for the press, for the attention. It's showing him like doing sprints and stuff like that, trying to show that he's in shape and not just packing on the weight. But he's saying that he should be ready. Like literally a tweet from him said, should be ready in the next few months. Only thing we can imagine here is that he's alluding to his move to heavyweight. And interestingly enough, I was doing some reading. I think I read this on bloodyelbow.com. He now is heavier right now at 240 pounds than Stipe was in his last fight. Stipe weighed in at 233 pounds for that fight.
Wow.
And now John Jones is at 240. They're the exact same height as well. Stipe and John Jones, both 6'4", I believe, is what I read. But John actually has a longer reach. So in terms of physical, size and, things like that, that would be a very interesting matchup. But the question is, does Dana give the shot to John before Francis? And how do those two match up in terms of size? I think Francis maxes out the weight class, if I had to guess. Dude's a monster.
Yeah. I know that he's weighed in below the limit before. I think he got down to like 240 at one point. He was looking pretty lean. I'm very interested in this fight because, John Jones being undefeated and, he had a tough fight against DC in their second fight, but he ended up knocking DC out. And then we all know about the trilogy of DC and Stipe. So this is very exciting for me. I can't wait to see it. And, just to answer your question, is Dana going to give, Stipe the fight with Francis, or is Dana going to give Francis the fight first? I think he will. And then I think whoever wins is going to fight Stipe. But I also think Stipe is going to win again.
Against John?
No, against Francis. I have no idea who's going to win that fight, man. That one's that's a toss-up for me.
Yeah, there's so much of me that's all about being fair and the right thing to do. And I think Francis should just get the shot at Stipe. Don't think he should have to go through John. I really don't.
That's what I'm saying. That's why
Yeah.
I said Francis and Stipe will fight.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Francis and John will fight, and then the winner of that will fight Stipe.
No. He's gonna I think he's gonna give the shot to Francis, and then whoever wins fights John.
John. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's interesting, but I guess there's no more speculating to be had on what his plans are if he's putting on this much muscle. Really, it's just all muscle. Dude's huge, man. I'm not sure how these guys gain so much muscle so fast, but I guess when that's your job and that's your life, it's a little bit easier to do. But all that very interesting. And speaking of title shots, we got some news now confirming that Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier, their bout is made official for January 23rd, but Dana White has also come out and made it official that it's not a title fight. We speculated on this again a couple weeks ago and talked about, would this be the title weight to fill the vacancy that Khabib left behind? But it looks like, according to Dana, he thinks that Khabib will fight again and try to go for that 30-0 mark. So, and then, kind of further backing that up, Khabib actually sent out a tweet saying that he had been tested again by the USADA for his 47th time in his career or something like that. So, why are you being tested if you're retired? Just saying.
Yeah, that's true. But, he's in the USADA testing pool. I don't know when that expires.
Yeah.
But Dana keeps thinking that he's going to fight. I don't think he's going to fight again. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's going to honor his mother's wishes and not fight. I don't think Khabib's one to go back on that. And I'm happy to hear that Conor and Dustin is not going to be for a title. It shouldn't be. I think they need to have a Royal Rumble. I think they need to get all of the top 8 in the ring at one time. Last man standing takes the belt. Okay? Last man standing. They're all going to gang up on Conor, and then the last 7 are going to just duke it out. Somebody might get really hurt. Might be some broken limbs. There's certainly going to be a lot of blood. Royal Rumble. Let's get it going. Let's get that petition.
Yeah, man. I would love to see that. And obviously, we talked about that with Paul Felder, and that things didn't quite go his way this past weekend against RDA. But yeah, I would still like to see that. I think that's the way to go.
Royal
But I'm
Rumble?
excited about this. Yeah.
You know what a Royal Rumble is, right?
Wait, I thought we were talking about this tournament. What is a Royal Rumble?
It's everybody all in the ring all at once.
Oh, okay. I mean, that could be cool too. I was just thinking tournament. I wasn't thinking
Oh no. Put them all in there together.
complete cage match. Just
Yeah.
what's that show? What was that show called? Celebrity Death Match. Remember? Did you ever watch that show?
Celebrity Deathmatch,
Where it was the claymation,
the claymation
on MTV?
stuff. Oh yeah, dude,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah,
That's
man.
what we need.
Yeah, we need just do it in claymation, and then whoever wins that actually gets it, even though they're not.
I wish
real.
they would bring that show back. That was such a good show, man. So funny.
They moved on to do Robot Chicken, and
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing now, but that's they moved on to that.
Was it put on by the same people? I know Seth Green was involved with Robot Chicken.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, I loved
I could
Robot
be
Chicken
wrong.
also.
I might
Anyways,
be wrong.
I digress. But yeah, so Conor and Dustin booked for the 23rd of January. I'm excited to see this one. I'm curious, do you think, would you like to see Conor beat Dustin and then get another shot? If Khabib were to come back and fight again, have Conor get another shot at Khabib? Is that something you'd like to see happen? I tend to pull for the underdog. I don't think it's going to happen, but I'd like to see Dustin pull out a W. I don't know that it's going to happen though.
Yeah, no, I think I'd rather see Conor win again on that one, and I don't think I want to see him fight Khabib again though. Frankly, I just want to see the Tony fight because we've seen Khabib just demolish everybody else. I don't think if he's already beat Conor, I think he's just going to beat him again. I'd rather see the Tony fight and see if Tony has something else to offer, and if Tony can't do it, Khabib's beat everyone. If there's nobody else really that I can think of that could put up a fight. So if Tony can't do it, he's the last guy that I think is possible there. So, yeah.
Nice. I don't know why, but my head just now went to high school cheerleading. Tony, he's our man.
If he can't
if he can't
do
do it, no one can. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, it's been a week.
Man, I guess we should just end the podcast with that.
Yeah, it's another showstopper, guys. I'm sorry. Maybe we should end the podcast, so maybe we should move on and zoom our way through the rest of it.
Okay, let's go ahead and zoom. Yeah,
It's real zinger, guys. So Zoom, see what I did there. All right, Zoom is dropping the 40-minute limit for Thanksgiving. Cutting to the chase here. If you and I have considered using Zoom for this podcast when we have on our guests. Shameless plug again. Go check out those guest episodes. But turns out that on a normal day, you have a 40-minute limit. So if you hit that 40-minute limit, it gives you a pop-up. It's like, hey, you got to give us some money right now, or we're going to shut this meeting off. So, obviously we're in this interesting time where we've all got to kind of take a step back and consider what to do with our Thanksgivings and our family gatherings and things like that. Especially if you're somebody who has to travel, you have to go to an airport, get on a plane, take an Uber, get to your parents' house. And then you've got 46 aunts and uncles and cousins and, step siblings. That's something you definitely got to consider, right?
You have a big family.
Oh no, that's definitely not my family. My family is, I drive 4 hours and there are like 7 people at the table. So, pretty small. But for some people it is a reality. I was talking to a guy I work with today. He's like, yeah, man, like I've got, when growing up, I had to have like 30 people in my aunt's house or whatever for Thanksgiving. People that had these giant extended families that get together. But now we're talking a lot about virtual celebrations, right? Like virtual get-togethers and Thanksgivings and things like that to kind of minimize the spread of the zombie apocalypse. So Zoom did a really cool thing, and they announced that they, on Thanksgiving, are getting rid of that 40-minute limit so that if you want to get a nice big Zoom call together and enjoy a meal together while apart, you can do that with no extra cost. Pretty cool.
I think that's very nice of them. Good job, Zoom. You guys are making a good name for yourselves. Appreciate the goodwill.
Yeah, I think, some cool things have come out of the coronavirus. Obviously, it's a terrible situation, and it sucks that it had to be like that. But, video conferencing has come so far in the last, year. All the cool features that they've added, for free and stuff like that. I think Google also gave out free. Used to be you had to have a business, a business license or whatever with Google to get some of their conferencing features, and they just gave that stuff out to everyone. But Microsoft Teams also getting in on that action and announced that you can now have a 24-hour group call with up to 300 participants for free, and there's no expiration on that offer. So that kind of one-upping on Zoom right now, and I don't know what scenario this ever applies to, but if you want to have 300 of your closest friends together for 24 hours, you can do it.
I'm just gonna invite random people, Yeah. Hey man, you wanna come? You wanna come to the Teams party? You wanna be a part of the team? Come on over.
Yeah, man. So
bring your pants.
We should have a Ginger and the Beard fan gathering. We'll get all the fans together.
We're gonna need some more fans. Fans, tell your friends. Tell your friends. Tell your family. Tell your dog. Bring your dog.
Bring everyone.
We'll count them too.
Oh man, good stuff.
Yeah.
But the cool thing here is that you don't have to have an account with Microsoft Teams because obviously Microsoft Teams is pretty much a I don't know, the enterprise software usually. I think your company, did you use Teams?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We have Teams.
Yeah, my company uses Google, so I've never used Teams, but
really, I didn't even know Google had a platform for sharing video.
Yep. It's called Google Meet. You can do video conferencing, share your screen, all that cool stuff.
Nice.
But I don't know that you could do 300 people in one room. That's pretty impressive. And also impressive is that, again, as well as something back up, you don't have to have an account to participate. So there needs to be one person who has an account to start the meeting, to start the gathering. But when you essentially send out a public link to your friends and family, they can just join via browser. They don't have to have an account. So definitely takes down that kind of barrier to entry. and you can see 49 people at the same time. So if you see like, you know, these Zoom calls, you've got this kind of like Brady Bunch view where you got all the little tiles of people. Google maxes out at 9, as far as I know. You can only have 9 people visible at one time. Not sure where Zoom
one
lands.
episode of Brady Bunch.
Yeah, exactly. So 49 people though with Microsoft Teams and 1 on your screen. So hopefully you have a decent sized screen. Pretty impressive that they can handle that amount of bandwidth. Is pretty intense.
Yeah. They're all video streams.
Yeah.
I know this is going to be a weird question, but how many people do you think it would take to, you know, if they all jumped at the same time to make the Earth move a little bit?
That's so off the wall.
It's just,
well, let's think about it here. Let's think about physics. If everyone across the entire globe jumped at the same time, we'd be putting force on the globe from all sides, and it might just explode.
No, but like, hold on, real quick. I know we're going off but this is like,
that's okay.
This is
kind of
like
episodes. It's like one of these episodes.
This is kind of like technology. So there's like 8 billion people, right? There's 8 billion people. We'll go with that. Yeah, I think there's like 8 billion people, and if the average weight of everybody is like, let's just say like 175, that's 140 billion pounds of weight, dude. 140 billion.
That's a lot of weight.
All right, let's just move on.
Well, before we move on, I did very similar related to this sort of conspiracy is I was once told by a kitchen manager who was an amazing lady. She was such a ball of fire. Like, you want to be on her good side.
Okay.
I worked in the kitchen when I was in college, and my wife worked there also, and she was a waitress. But shout out Wanda. Hope you're doing well. She told me once though. She was like, "Did you know that if you fart and sneeze at the same time, you time travel?"
That's awesome.
Yeah, so good. I just died. I think I fell into tears when she said that.
She just said it with like a straight face.
So straight face.
Oh,
good times. But
somebody once told me if you hold your breath while you sneeze, your eyes pop out.
Oh wow, that's violent. That's violent.
So anyway, Microsoft Teams, 300 participants, Zoom dropping the 40-minute time limit. I hope we get a chance to take care of that or take advantage of that soon.
I do want to say one last thing before we move on from this is another cool feature of Teams that I did see is that there's something called Together mode, which
together forever.
Yeah, you guys should check this out on your own. Go check out some videos of it. You essentially can use, I don't know if you call it AI or not, but it will cut your head out from your background, which is not uncommon with, you know, these video conferencing softwares now. But it'll place all the participants in like a virtual environment. So like think about a movie theater. Instead of seeing people's faces in grids with their backgrounds, you instead see like an auditorium of seats and all the heads plopped into like the little seats. And just like a cool little feature. I'm sure you're probably familiar with it. Yeah.
Yeah, we've used it before in my team meetings, and it was kind of weird, but it's like, okay.
Whatever we can do these days to feel a sense of togetherness.
Yeah, everybody just like kind of sitting in it. It kind of like reminded me of like a South Park like movie theater or something, you know, like we're all just like sitting.
With your heads like separating like this.
We're not Canadian. Oh man. All right, well let me go ahead and move us on. So we got a little bit, you know, every episode I got to throw in some VR news, right? I mean, it's just kind of a part of the episode now. So JVC reveals an Enterprise XR headset with 120 degree field of view and 2.5K resolution per eye. This is pretty crazy, man. I don't think I've seen 120 degree field of view. That's pretty significant. Usually it's around like, I think like 72 degrees or like maybe even 90 degrees field of view. So 120 degrees, I mean, that's like, you know, you're kind of seeing like all around you.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what you want in something that's like XR or AR, you know, something that has like a more like real world type of application to it. So yeah, it's a prototype using proprietary mirror display to achieve this 120 degree field of view. And it's the 2560 by 1440, the 2K per eye dual 5.5-inch LCD panels. So in combination with those mirrors, you get this amazing view. So it also uses Steam VR tracking. So basically what that is PC tethered headset, allows you to use any compatible controller, such as a Vive wand or Valve Index controllers as well. So, that's how you can control it. I guess it doesn't have its own, in-house controller. So they're kind of leaning on some other companies for their controllers, which that's fine. Yeah, put your focus on the view. I love that idea.
Yeah.
This has been in a development basically since 2018. It's targeting the simulator market, but it also sees big uses in construction and medical fields. So I'm not really sure what it means by simulator. I'm wondering if it means like aircraft simulator. It didn't specify, but when you're saying simulator market, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah, or maybe like medical training. I know we've talked about that in the past.
Yeah.
So simulating a medical training situation, or maybe even military.
Yeah, exactly. So essentially the idea is to allow users to retain a direct view, basically. So like you are actually seeing the things in front of you, so that you can see the instruments and gauges, while like this larger virtual imagery is projected alongside it where it needs to be. And basically in like on the topic of a flight driving simulator would be like the cockpit windows and whatnot. And I'm assuming like in construction it would just be like, I don't know, like maybe just showing you where whatever you're moving needs to be placed. I'm trying to visualize it. I can kind of visualize it, but
yeah.
Hopefully you guys are getting the gist of that. So they say that this unnamed prototype is capable of reproducing clear images without the screen door effect you see through a traditional lens type display. And so, with the old Quests and the Rifts and anything else really, you would kind of have like, we've showed it before, but you can go look it up online. It has like lines through it. Everything kind of has lines through it. And if you look up real close to it, you can see. And then while you're playing it, you might like not realize that it's there. And then if you put on like a nice headset, then you'll be like, oh my God, this looks so much clearer because that screen door effect is gone. And anybody, keen on that kind of stuff would notice it, and it might be annoying. But a lot of the new headsets that are coming out, I know Quest did it a little bit better, but it's still there. So a lot of the new headsets coming out are getting rid of that screen door effect. And I think that's one of the new latest selling points. So that's good to see. And less color aberration. So aberration, I think, is like when they kind of blend together or they're kind of like off color. So if I'm wrong on that, let me know. I think that's what it is. So hopefully, basically they're getting rid of that too. So very exciting. And last little bit is it also says it features a wide eye box, which will allow users to get a greater physical range of wearing positions. So I'm assuming just maybe that means just people with like larger heads, or maybe if they have something on underneath of it, it allows them to maybe put something on underneath of it if they're going into like some different areas. So, kind of just their first reveal of it. I'm pretty sure it was today, believe it or not. So we kind of just picked up on it right away, but keep this one in mind. Not something for gaming per se, but certainly fits the tech category that we talk about. And I think it's very innovative, and I can't wait to see. I love this stuff, man. I really do. What do you think about it?
Yeah, no, that's awesome, man. I think, getting into more industries. This is the first time we've heard construction, or at least I've heard construction application. The company I work for is a little bit involved with construction, and I could see this being like, I'm sure on the first day of the job, when you start to work for a construction company, like, hey, go sit in that big piece of equipment there and swing that giant concrete ball at that building and knock it down. I'm sure you can handle it. Like, I'm sure you probably have to go through some sort of training, so some kind of simulator would be awesome for that.
Yeah.
But I just want to say, where is JVC coming from? Like, out of left field. I'm pretty sure like they stopped making technology with VCRs, and now all of a sudden they're making VR headsets. Like, what the hell? How'd this happen?
Well, I'm pretty sure they're still in Asia, like they're not in the United States anymore, but I think
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they've still been going, and I think it's Japan. I'm pretty sure. Um, so they didn't disappear. They just disappeared from the United States. So,
Yeah.
most of this announcement was for Asia. It wasn't really for us. So I'm not sure if this will ever make it over to us, but I think it's just great to see that technology like this is being developed, and there's a good potential that it does make its way over here if it's that good on the enterprise level. So
Yeah, definitely. And the 120 degree is probably the most interesting thing for me. I wonder if that's the largest field of view we've got so far on a VR headset.
I think so. I know that there's a Pimax VR headset that has a pretty good field of view on it. I don't know what that field of view is off the top of my head, but all I can say is 120 degrees is a fantastic field of view. And when all VR headsets have 120 degrees, it's going to make it just so much more immersive. Because right now when you're looking through it, you can kind of see to the sides just a little bit, but with 120 degrees, you're not going to see to the sides, right? All you're going to see is screen. That's all your eyes are going to pick up on. So
yeah, I looked it up, and apparently I did not know this offhand, but the human eye has a 210 degree horizontal field of view.
No way. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. So like you can even see kind of like behind your head a little bit. You can't really. I'm trying right now. I can't really see my own hands, but I guess peripherally, I can see a certain kind of. It's pretty interesting. But
pretty wide angle there. That's crazy.
Yeah. So
wow,
very very cool stuff though. Always awesome to see innovation in this category.
Yeah, man, I agree. And kind of on the topic of VR, we got some video game news. So let's go ahead and get right into that. Yeah, guys. So Oculus Quest 2, the new VR headset that came out, I think a little over a month ago now. It's kind of too soon for it to go on sale, for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So rather than them putting it on sale, they're giving away a game called Asgard's Wrath to anyone that's buying the Quest 2 starting today. So basically, if you're able to manage, if you're able to get one before the end of the year, you'll be able to download this award-winning title for free. To qualify, you need to activate Quest 2 and use it with a link cable between today and January 31st, 2020. So there is an end date on this, so make sure to go ahead and get it as soon as you can. Make sure to download the Oculus PC app first, connect your Quest 2 with the USB 3.0 cable or the original link cable sold by Oculus. That's all you got to do. So, what is the game? I'll tell you. I haven't played it, but I've wanted to buy this game. It's developed by Sanzaru Games exclusively for the Rift platform, but they're letting you get it on the Quest 2, so I love that idea.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly. Asgard's Wrath boasts at least 30 hours of first-person combat, dungeoning, plenty of RPG goodness. The game's pretty much all about melee, but you'll find yourself morphing into a god-sized entity to solve environmental puzzles using some of your small animal companions, or not so small animal companions. So, pretty cool. Sounds fun. I want to buy it.
Yeah. Does this have any? I mean, obviously Thor is from Asgard.
Yeah.
Does it have? Is Thor involved in this game?
I guess there's only one way to find out. You're gonna have to go buy one.
Oh, nice.
You go buy one and you report back. I want to know.
Do you work for Oculus? Maybe you do.
Maybe I do. If I told you, I'd have to kill you.
Covert Oculus representative.
Yeah, man. That's why I talk about VR so much. I'm just trying to get those sales up,
That's awesome.
You're
actually a affiliate and you're not saying anything. That's cool though, man. I think that's a pretty smart play. Like you said, the Quest 2 is still so new. So they don't want to discount the hardware, but why not give out this game that's, how long's the game been around? 2019 you said, right? So
yeah.
I'm sure I wonder if there's any DLC with this game.
I don't think so. I don't think there's any DLC yet, but I think that the game's renowned as probably one of the better, if not one of the best VR games that you can get right now.
Yeah. So that's a smart play.
Yeah. So I think, they're probably trying to show people what's possible.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very smart.
Because there's not a whole lot of, there's maybe 3 like AAA titles out there so far.
Yeah. Don't buy the Quest 2 and then play a crappy game on it and then not use your Quest 2 anymore.
Yeah.
Buy the Quest 2 play the best game.
Yes. And then buy the other 3 AAA games and wait for another AAA game. Yep.
And tell all your friends.
And buy one for each of your friends.
Do they sell Quest 2 sanitization sprays so that you can share with your friends and not worry about transfer of illnesses?
Well, funny you asked. Actually, maybe not in the line of sanitization, but if you have problem with fog in your eyes, fog in your glasses, or fog in your VR headset, I have the solution for you. You just got to go over to gameradvantage.com and check out the defogging spray. I tell you what, it works. It just works. It just works. Gameradvantage.com. Get the defogger.
Use code GBPOD20 at checkout for 20% off of your purchase.
That was like totally sporadic.
That was hilarious.
You kind of set me up. Yeah, you're welcome, Brian. Set me up. Set me up.
That code is real, though. If you're still listening to this podcast after all these shenanigans, that actually is a real code. GBPOD20 will get you 20% off your purchase at gameradvantage.com.
You get a nice pair of those pearly shades right there that the Ginger is rocking right now. Yeah, there they are.
Yeah.
All right,
man, let's get.
All right, let's wrap this up. We're almost there. I got one more bit of news. The Last of Us. Everybody should know that game by now. Gets a series order, a TV series order from HBO. So HBO wants to make a Last of Us. It's The Last of Us. TV show. So HBO has officially ordered a series based on the Last of Us video game franchise. HBO Executive Vice President of Programming Francesca Ori announced that today. So writing the series are the Last of Us creative director Neil Druckmann and Chernobyl writer Craig Mazin. Interesting. So basically HBO is partnering with Sony Pictures Television on the series, with PlayStation Productions, Word Games, and Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog's the developer, all co-producing. According to HBO's announcement, the series will focus on the events of the original The Last of Us game, which sees Joel and Ellie smuggling themselves out of an oppressive quarantine zone and traveling across a post-apocalyptic United States. I don't know why I had so much trouble with that. Anyway, HBO says the series will be available on both the HBO channel and to stream on HBO Max, of course. No doubt. So, we saw The Last of Us. I know, yeah. Because I don't have HBO Max, but I do have HBO. Either. But by the time the show comes out, I might not have HBO at all. So, anyway, neither of us has played The Last of Us or The Last of Us 2, but I'm pretty sure everybody saw at least the trailer for The Last of Us 2 and just how absolutely gorgeous that game looks. So, from what I understand, the people that play that game love that game. Personally, I think that if I bought that game, I would love it too, because I love post-apocalyptic games. I love the Fallout series, everything about it, and it's just, that's kind of like my niche. I like playing games like that. So if you guys are at all interested in The Last of Us, make sure to watch out for that series. I'm assuming it's probably going to be like a year at least before it comes out. Speaking of Fallout's getting a series as well. I think that's I think that's an Amazon deal though. And that got announced in July. I was looking at it the other day. I haven't seen any news on that. So really interesting. I guess beyond just like talking about the fact that The Last of Us is getting a series, how do you feel about like all of these like game franchises getting television series. Like we had the Witcher series got one, Fallout's
Yeah.
getting one, and now The Last of Us. And I'm sure there's plenty of others that I missed, but what are your thoughts on that?
I I mean, dude, we're like in a place now where like we just need more content, need more TV.
Yeah.
It's weird because like we also live in a time where like there's more TV and more content than there has ever been. But for some reason, like anytime I get on Netflix or Amazon Prime or whatever, I can't pick a show. I literally cannot pick a show.
Yep.
It's just like I think it's paralysis by analysis. There's so many TV shows to choose from, but in reality, they're all the same freaking show.
Yeah.
It's like either a true crime documentary, a cooking show, or I don't know, some stupid game show or something. I don't know. Like once in a while, there'll be a nice, good, well-produced show.
Yeah.
You know, the show we just finished watching was called Alone on Netflix. It's kind of like Survivor, but like real survival versus that, you know, dramatic stuff. These people have their own camera gear. They get dropped off in the woods by themselves. They have to film themselves. They're completely alone, hence the title, and they have to survive as long as possible. They have to build their own shelter, hunt their own food, all this stuff. And like that was a little bit different. That was different than some stuff I've seen before. So that was cool to watch.
We've been watching What We Do in the Shadows. You heard of that one?
No.
So it's a vampire show, but it's like there's a video crew going around filming them just like they did in like The Office, right? So it's like a parody, basically. So it's a lot of it's like pretty dry humor, but I don't know.
That's
I
funny.
feel like it's lighthearted, and I get a pretty good kick out of it. So, but
Nice.
I think they're doing this with these video games, and I agree with you 100%. Content. I think they're running out of like good content. Right? They're
Yeah.
like, oh, well, we've already done that. Just like how they started remaking all of the Disney movies, right?
Yeah.
Into like live action. It's because they don't like nobody's coming up with anything new. So they're like, well, they got all these video games out here, and like, you know, they all have their own like storyline and world built around them. So why don't we just like, you know, borrow from them and just make a TV show, and maybe somebody will, you know, maybe something will be super successful. But they got to put the budget in, they got to put the money in, and they got to put people that are going to make it good. Like get a freaking good director on there, you know, get some good actors, spend the money and make it a good production. Don't half-ass it and give us, you know, B-class effort, because everybody's just like, this sucks.
Yep. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. And yeah, you're right. I think there was a saying at one point, somebody said that there's ever only been like 7 stories written in the world or something like that. Like I don't remember, it was something along those lines, but essentially implying that like every other movie you see is some sort of adaptation to like one of those 7 plot lines, essentially. You know, like all the romantic comedies are the exact same plot line.
Yeah.
They just different characters, different situations, different locations, all that stuff.
Right.
You know, so yeah, I think you're right. And also we talked about earlier in our podcasting days how popular gaming, especially in the Corona times. Oh man, that's such a great name for a publication, the Corona Times.
Yeah.
Damn it. Somebody's going to take that. Is that gaming has like surpassed television, surpassed movie watching. Like, you know, I don't think it had quite surpassed television, but it was getting pretty damn close, you know. So yeah, I mean, I guess these directors and publishers and producers are looking at those numbers saying like, dude, if we don't do something quick, like we're going to get eclipsed and people are going to be playing games more than watching TV. So, okay, let's use some of their plot lines and characters and kind of co-opt that experience.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I think you're right. I think they're definitely gonna have to cast it right. I think if you don't know who Ellen Page is, she played in Juno. If you remember that movie Juno.
Oh yeah, yeah.
She would be the perfect Ellie from Last of Us if you like look at her picture.
Oh yeah, she looks just like her.
Yeah, she might be a little bit. I don't know how old Ellen. She's like a young person, but I think she's probably like older than us.
Well, why they should just use the actual actress that they used for Ellie. Like,
true. Good point.
I gotta look it up now.
How old is she? She's
Ellie's like
33, okay.
16.
Okay, well, Ellen Page, the actor, is 33 in real life.
So Ashley Johnson was cast as Ellie.
But did they use her for like face modeling or just voice?
No, it's face modeling, I think.
Okay, well then, yeah, I guess that would make sense.
Or no, wait, hold on. No, I'm wrong. Who's the face model? No, they didn't use her as the face model at all. Never mind. No, they
probably just generated it. It probably wasn't a face model.
I'm
I don't know. I feel like they
confused.
probably mocapped somebody.
They probably did. They got that face model from somebody.
Yeah. But either way, I think Ellen Page, she looks so young. I think she could pull off a 16-year-old if they did the right makeup. But
yeah.
But anyways, that's what I'm saying. Like, they got to use people that are recognizable, that would draw in a crowd. Ellen Page as Ellie. Matthew McConaughey as the dad.
Heck yeah, dude.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I can see Matthew McConaughey being that.
I feel it.
So, but anyways, I think it's cool. I wish it was on Netflix just because I have Netflix selfishly. I like considered on multiple occasions paying for HBO Max just because they've got really great shows. Like, it sounds like, so it's like the one primary service that we don't pay for.
Same here. We have Hulu, Netflix, Amazon, Disney, normal HBO. We just don't have HBO Max. They're hiding all the good content.
I got HBO Minimum. I got HBO Medium.
I got HBO 0.02.
Yeah, I just don't got that Max, dog. Gotta be about that Max life.
No, I got that median life. That median,
Exactly.
Driving down the median life.
Balling on a budget.
You know it. That's how we do. All right, man. That's our hour. So, yeah, I had a good time. Really fun. So I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Just, in closing, guys, I just want to say, please like and subscribe on YouTube. Also, subscribe on your favorite podcast player. If you really want to help us grow, share this episode with a friend. Tell your mom, tell your dog, tell your dad, tell your cousin, tell them all. Tell everybody. Tell all your coworkers. Help us out. We need everything we can. If you made it this far, then you're willing to help. So appreciate you, and check out all our other videos. Got some good interviews out there.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I love how Tell Your Dog was number 2 in line.
Yeah, man.
Tell a friend, tell your dog.
Yeah, then tell your family.
Yeah, family's last. That is hilarious. That's awesome.
Gotta watch out for my fur family.
Yeah, exactly, man. But yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think like you said, check out our other videos. These beautiful glasses I'm wearing right now. GamerAdvantage.com, GBPod20 for 20% off of that. Make sure you go watch the episode with Brian explaining the benefits of these glasses. Then go watch the episode we did with Smart Mouth's head brewer Jimmy Lochran. Learned all about how they brew their beer and their philosophy around brewing. Then go check out the episode with Sebastian Wolfram from Epiphany Brewing. And watch out for more guest episodes coming soon. We're on a guest episode train, guys. We're keeping it going.
But don't forget, if you sneeze and fart at the same time, then you're gonna travel back in time and watch our Lion Binds Hop Farm video to just bring it full circle. You gotta learn about the hops. So
absolutely, and those guys right now are actually looking for some donations from the brewing family for the people who are interested in craft beers and want to support our local manufacturers. They're trying to buy a new harvester for the farm and looking for some support. So go check out their page. I think that their page is at Lion Binds Hop Farm on Instagram. I'm sure if you search them, they'll come up, but you can find a link to their GoFundMe page and help out there too. Really cool guys. So support local business.
Do it.
But with all that said, yeah, I guess we will see you all in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you all later.
Peace.